Yo, what's up? Yeah, the last video I uploaded was uploaded like maybe like 2 or 3 hours before they showcased off the new Charmer support. So that's very funny. So I'm making this video to give you guys like an update on basically how to make Charmers work part two. Because of this new card, the Spellbook of the Grand Circle, you can do a lot more with Charmers now. So you don't have to like run this version of the deck. But I still think this version of the deck is, in my opinion, the best version. That is very debatable though. But I'm still gonna showcase how this deck works with the Vernuslyphs side, the Aussa version of the deck, and I actually kind of want to hopefully inspire someone to make like a one for each charmer, a Hita version, a wind version, and an area version, because the cool thing about the new support, so I'm gonna go over it right now. Spellbook of the Grand Circle. This card lets you add 4 charmers with different attributes from your deck, grave, or banishment to your hand, then shuffle 2 cards from your hand back into the deck. That is pretty insanely good. Very good. Now, it doesn't say up to, so if you do manage to open with one of these charmer... Oh, I forgot to mention, it doesn't actually search for familiar possessed either, so you're going to have to run back with the flip charmers, or you could also run the channelers, but I would only recommend running the channelers if only you're running like a specific attribute themed version of the deck. Like I'm running the Aussa version of this deck essentially, where I'm using the Vernuslyphs engine for my own gains. So, oh, man, I got sidetracked there. So I'd only recommend running the channelers if you're doing it that way. Now there is one very cheeky thing you could do with I forgot what was that one card. It was like Dorandel. I'm probably butchering that fucking name. The artifact rank 5 that you could do with Droll, and that little tech is pretty evil, but you do have to hard draw the Droll, and of course you have to start with Spellbook with the Grand Circle in order to make it work. And you also have to run with a couple of finicky cards to make it work. You're gonna have to run with I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the water familiar's name. It was like Gigo, whatever, because his name changes depending on which version of the card we're talking about. Like Nefarious is Nefariouser for its awakened form and whatnot. Anyway, that's a whole different story. That's a whole different tech that I'm not gonna go over. Let's continue going over the new support. So anyway, this searches out for 4 cards, and then you shuffle 2 cards back from your hand back into the deck. This is pretty good for fixing your hand too. So if you open up with like too many bricks or whatnot, too many like spells and traps you could easily search during your combo, you could shuffle those cards back into the deck, and then you just have mostly monsters, which is pretty good for the Vernuslyphs engine, because Vernuslyphs can only discard monsters. So that fixes up your Vernuslyphs side a bit, but you're typically gonna use its second effect, which is, well, you're always going to use its second effect immediately afterward, or at least close to immediately afterward. If you have Spirit Charmers, you ideally want to resolve Grand Circle first, and then before you use its banish effect, you use Spirit Charmers. Anyway, once that's settled, its banish effect, you can banish this card from the grave to fusion summon a monster using Charmers or familiar possessed monsters from your hand or field as material. And then your opponent cannot activate in response to that fusion monster that you just summoned. So it makes the new fusion monster unrespondable, which is fantastic because this card is amazing. Charmers of the Grand Circle. It's got the perfect Charmer stat line, of course. It's a light level 6, which I appreciate it being a light monster because it makes Possessed Partnership, resolving the bonus effect of Possessed Partnership, easier. But I don't know about that level 6, man. That level 6 is a little bit iffy. I much rather prefer it being a level 4, but it is what it is. You might be able to do some weird rank 6 plays if you are running like an extra rank 6. This deck doesn't, so I don't know what you do them. I know there's like High Wave King Caesar or whatever his fucking name is. I hate that card. That card should get slapped onto the ban list. Anyway, going off tangent, let's talk about this card. So this card is Fusion Summon. You basically can activate one of the following 4 effects. Well, it's not activating one of the following 4 effects. The whole thing itself is one effect. But depending on how many different attributes you used as for its material, you can apply one of these effects multiple times, up to 4. Or at least the most amount of applying you can do is 4, and you can apply them in any order or way you want. You want to apply 4 onto one effect, go ahead. If you want to apply 3 onto one and then 1 onto one, go ahead. And you don't have to use, of course, all 4 as material. You could just use 2 monsters as material, or 3. It just depends on what your hand is looking like. If you see yourself having like a normal summonable Angeli, I mean, if you have an Angeli in your hand, you're probably gonna just summon all 4 from. I forgot to go over the effects. Okay, the 4 effects. This card can gain 800 attack, which is nothing. This card can search for your back row possessed cards, which is awesome. You're usually going to use this once. And then its 3rd effect, return a card from the field to the hand, is amazing because your opponent obviously can't respond to this card. So this is an amazing going 2nd card because it's just absolutely destroys boards. Though keep in mind, you will have like 2 cards, actually 3 cards in hand because you're going 2nd. And then special summon a spellcaster from your grave. It could be any spellcaster, so that's really amazing because the play here is you usually want to search for Possessed Partnership and then summon 3 spellcasters from your grave if you're using 4 materials, because what you could do with the 3 spellcasters that are level 3, by the way, don't use the channelers for this one. You can make Ashura King, and this immediately makes you Nibiru proof. You can't be Nibiru'd anymore. So for the rest of your combo, which is amazing, and it's an Earth monster too. So once you do the Vernuslyph plays, locking yourself into Earth effects, Ashura King is Earth. You could still negate a monster effect, and negates and destroys. And this card, while it has material, can attack as many times as it's got material. And then it also, whenever it battles, it gains a permanent 200 attack boost. This card's amazing. I love this card. Any new cards? You might also notice from last video, I cut out several Madolches. Like a good amount of Madolches are gone now. I'm now only using Madolches. Surely the shotgun, the prom trap. You could still make Queen though, so don't cut out Queen. I'll show you how. You can make Queen without the Link 3 and without the level 5 Pudding says, without Cholada. It's not that hard, though you do have to rethink a couple of things. Though you could use the full Madolche stuff, but if you do, you notice I had to cut out the level 2 level 2 Link 2 Charmer Links. Just call them Charmer Links because there's no other Charmer Links. Except for Aussa. You want to keep Aussa because she's Earth and she basically makes your deck run. So in case of emergencies, you could summon Aussa, crash into your opponent, and then get her search off. But yeah, I'm not doing that because this is a Charmer deck, and I fully believe if you want to play a Charmer deck to be considered a Charmer deck, at least in my personal opinion, you have to be running the Charmer Links. So, all of them. Okay, the original 4, okay? The original 4. I'm not including the additional Lina and Dark because they are not part of the original lore. Anyway, have I gone over the new spell book cards that aren't Charmer related? No, I haven't. So now we're running Spellbook of Secrets because this just searches for your 1-card starter. Amazing, no cost. Just search for your 1-card starter. Awesome. And then we're also running Spellbook of Magician of Prophecy, which also adds a Spellbook card. So that's Grand Circle again. that's really awesome. The only problem is it can only search it through a normal summon. That kind of screws with your Madolche lines a little bit if you don't have a way to summon the Angeli aside from normal summoning. It gets a little awkward, just a little bit, but think of it this way. If this gets negated, Angeli would have gotten negated anyway, and at least with this guy, he's a body. If your Angeli gets negated, that's it. You don't have a board. And then again, you're in a bad state either way. It's a lose-lose situation. You might as well get prophecy, because if this resolves, then this will surely resolve. And if you're going to get drolled, you were going to lose anyway. Let's be honest. You were going to lose anyway. Yes, you can make queen under droll, but let's be honest. That's not enough. You're going to die. In this day of age of Yu-Gi-Oh, you will die. That's just how it is. What else is there to discuss? I did mention I had to cut down the Madolches. I had to cut down the Vernuslyphs engine a little bit, but you still want to run 3 forest and 3 hills and 3 docks. I think I was running 2 hoot cakes in the last video. I'm now running only 1. You still want to run 2 Messengelados, and you still want to run 2 Nefarious, because in case you open one in hand, it really screws up your combo line a bit, depending on what you have in your hand. So, yeah, especially if you open up the Nefarious and you're only running 1, and that just ends your Psychic line, which sucks a lot, because that's a really strong line to go into. Anyway, we're going to do some playtesting to show you guys, because in the last video, I showed you guys how to do the full Madolche board thing with Charmers and stuff. I don't think I did a really good job, because it was pretty sloppy. So now with an actual simulator here, things are a lot easier. So how convenient of us to have this out already to show you. So what I see here is we have Vernuslyphs. We have our 1-card starter, which is amazing. This hand is really fucking good, actually. So we're going to go ahead. If it gets Ash, no worries. You got the Vernuslyphs to rely on. You use Duck first to search for Angeli, and then you use Forest, discarding the Angeli to send Aussa to summon Angeli, and then from there, you can end off with your Prom and also your Charmer stuff, which pretty good. And IP, of course. Sure, it's not full combo Madolches anymore, but I say it's still a pretty solid board. Anyhow, because we open with the Vernuslyphs, we don't need to search for the channeler, because we have Vernuslyphs to search for our Madolche stuff anyway, and we got the normal summon. That's even better. So we're gonna go ahead and grab our girls. We're gonna send. Honestly, you don't need hand traps. If like this is a full board. Hand traps at this point is just one more, and I mean, I guess if you get your combos stopped, at least you got the hand trap. I don't know. I don't really think it that way, and even though it's pretty good to think it that way, I just say either go in or go home. We can easily search Possessed Partnership, so we'll send that back. And you want to keep this in mind, because we have Vernuslyphs, we need something to discard with. So you don't want to use all 4 as material. I see the fact that we have 2 opportunities to use the Vernuslyphs, so we want to keep at least 1 monster in our hand, and then summon everybody else. And like I said, you could shotgun the Ashura King by just summoning all 3 of them at once. Or you could think of it this way. You have other level 3s. You have Duck, who's a level 3. The Hoot Cake is also a level 3. Do note, though, if you do use Hoot Cake, you can't make Queen. If you use Hoot Cake as material for Ashura King, you cannot make Queen. So, yeah, we're just gonna be using 2. We're gonna be using like all of them, of course. But watch this. 1, 2, 3. Just 3 is material. We're only going to summon 2 off, and then we're going to get our search for our best card, the best Charmer card, Possessed Partnership. Well, second best now that we have Spellbook. Well, technically third because of the fusion. Third best card, Possessed Partnership. And then we're going to summon 2 level 3 Charmers. Doesn't matter who. And then we're going to start doing the whole Vernuslyphs engine. So we're going to go for Angeli. And then from here, we're going to summon the Duck. And then from here, we're just going to make a Ashura King right now. If you get nibbed right here, doesn't matter. You have Forest, Angeli. You still got full combo. Excuse me, drinking water. Make the Ashura King. Now your opponent can't nib you. And then you continue off with your combo. Forest, sending Angeli. We're going to send as cost, or not cost, as effect, the Glowup bulb to get our psychic plays online. I realize we can't actually make queen because, well, we technically can make queen here, which the way you do it is Angeli Angeli summon Pudding. Pudding special summon Hoot Cake. Hoot Cake's levels 2, doesn't matter. Hoot Cake effect, banish whoever, summon Gelato. Gelato effect, grab Prom. XCs into Queen, 1 card XC into Queen, and there we go. That's how we do it. That's how you get Queen and Prom out. But if you do it that way, your Madolche locked for the rest of the turn into summoning Madolches only. So that means you lock yourself out of Psychic plays, and I don't like that. I want to do Psychic plays because I think Psychic plays is much stronger. Oh shit. Oops, I almost immediately did it. So, okay, first, let's just get the Prom out of the way before we actually do the Psychic line. So, Angeli's special summon the Hoot Cake effect. Typically, you want to banish the Vernuslyphs cards, if anybody. Otherwise, banish the Madolche cards, and then as a last resort, banish the Charmers. Message Lotto, grab Prom. Alright, all good here. We can actually start doing the, the Psychic line. So one thing to note is who you sent as material for Nefarious. I recommend sending whoever wasn't summoned by Angeli, because as you can see here, Hoot Cake can't be destroyed because it was special summoned by Angeli, at least by battle, that is. So that could help you basically stall out in case things go south. So we go summoning Nefarious by sending a spellcaster and a level 4 or lower Earth monster, who we're going to be summoning, the Glowup bulb, of course. And then we're going to synchro summon into Sorceress using Bulb and Nefarious, which will trigger 2 effects. Chainlink 1 Nefarious, and then Chainlink 2 Sorceress. Sorceress sets Teleport Fusion directly from the deck. And then Nefarious searches for any Charmer card. We're going to, of course, grab Awakening of the Possessed. That's really cool. Might as well use it right now. Then we're going to use Glow Bulb's effect to special summon itself. And then we're going to synchro once more using Bulb and the Sorceress and to Omnibuster. So now we have material for Teleport Fusion. We got our Hand Rip. We got Monster Negate. Boost, whatever. We got Possessed Partnership, which is special summon and pop a face-up card non-targeting on the field. And then we got Prom, which is target a card on the field, negate its effects, and if you do, well, target 2 cards. 1 Madolche from your field or grave, and then 1 card on your opponent's field. Negate the card on the field first, and then return that Madolche back to your hand. So that's really solid. And then, well, yeah, that's a good board, if you ask me. Of course, there are stronger boards that you can make with this deck. So let's retry this one more time so you guys can eventually get the hang of it. So what I'm seeing here is Nefarious. Of course, we got our Spellbook of Secrets, which we'll search out for our Spellbook 1-card starter. Let's go ahead and do that right now. There we go. Normal summoning this guy is unnecessary now, which is fantastic. You don't want to waste a normal summon on that. So what I see is Vernuslyphs engine. I see Nefarious, and of course our card. So we're going to With this, we still have a normal summon, which is fantastic because we can grab Channeler, discard Nefarious, search for Hoot Cake, and then normal summon the Hoot Cake from there, and then we could use Forced Effect to send Glowup Bulb and whoever. So that's really good. We're going to grab the Channeler then. Then we're going to grab the rest of the girls. And this time, we're going to send the Possessed Partnership, because obviously we could search for it. And then we're going to send Prophecy, because his role isn't really needed at the moment. And, well, you could say, oh, it's turn 2 plays. Well, this is just stronger, okay? You're making a weaker board by keeping him around. He's nothing but dead weight. Anyway, now we're going to summon Fusion Summon by sending these two. Let's see. Let me think here. We actually don't need to normal summon the Hoot Cake because we can, of course, use Forced Effect to do that. Or here's the thing. Let me think. We could just thinking we could use Forced Effect and then trying to think how I can get the whole board up. Nope, you can't get the whole board up. Not with this hand. You can get close, but not quite. Try to see. Okay, I'll show you guys how you guys make queen at the very least, and the whole psychic play. Problem is, you won't have the Ashura King, so hey, might as well show you guys how to make it than not show you guys. So if we're gonna be doing that, we're gonna be normal summoning Hoot Cake after we do our whole thing. So we're gonna only use 2 as material. So, and because we're not going into Ashura King, summoning extra bodies doesn't really matter. So let's just go ahead, grab Possessed Partnership, and grab the Awakening. So we go ahead and activate Awakening. Then go ahead, discard for cost to search for Hoot Cake. And then after that, we're going to go ahead, use Forced Effect, discard Win to send the Glowup Bulb. And then after that, we're going to special summon, think here. If I do this, I get to draw 1, but the problem would be I can't go into Nefarious because you're a level 5, so don't do that. So we'll go to Forest, and then we'll go into Nefarious. Nefarious Effect. Summon Glowup. And then after that, synchro those 2 off. Into Sorceress. 2 triggers. 1 Nefarious. 2 Sorceress. Grab Teleport Fusion. And then grab our last back row card for the Charmer stuff, which is Unpossessed. So we got every Charmer back row, which is really cool. Glowup Bulb effect to special summon itself. And then we're going to go synchro once more. And do Omnibuster. And then from here, we normal summon the Messengelato. And then immediately get debuted. That would be funny. We're gonna go ahead and banish Glowup Bulb because it doesn't really do anything anymore. We're gonna summon Petting because whatever Petting summons gets its level reduced. It also gives us an extra board. Oh no, I fucking misclicked. I was supposed to click on Angeli. Uh-oh. Oops. We fucked up. We can't make queen anymore. Alright, so pretend I summon Angeli, and then use Angeli's effect, okay? Then use Angeli's effect to tribute herself to special summon the Messengelato, and then Messengelato on summon searches for prom, and then use the level 4 Messengelato and the level 4 pudding says to make queen, and then you go into 1 card exceeds to the other queen on their turn. I can't believe I misclicked. That's funny. That's so funny. And yeah, what you'll be seeing is a queen, hand rip, teleport fusion, Your Charmer back row, protection, battle protection, special summon Charmer face up or face down from deck whenever a monster is destroyed. Familiar possessed monsters gain a 800 attack boost whenever they declare battle. And we also have Prom, our negate. So that's a really strong board had I not misclicked right there. Very unfortunate, but you guys kind of get the idea. Ooh, this hand is fucking garbage. Yeah, it's really fucking bad. But I'll show you guys how you guys can circumvent. Okay, no, because we're not running Artemis anymore. Because we're not running Artemis anymore, our hand is totally bricked. If we were running Artemis, you could unbrick yourself because you can link one Artemis and then this will go live because this can fetch from anywhere. But because we're not opening up 2 Charmers, that isn't Aussa, bricks you pretty hard. So, oops. That's a consequence of running the new Charmer support. But I mean, let's be honest. You're going to lose anyway. If actually, maybe not. I don't know. It depends on what that card would have been had it not been for Spellbook. So what do we have here? We have normal summon. We have the Vernuslyphs, which is pretty good. That's already really good. We also have Spirit Charmers, which is really good. So let's go ahead, normal summon to grab our circle. And then we're gonna go ahead and use circle effect. So we lose out on a normal summon. Is this still manageable though? Ooh. You will have to use 2 monsters as material. So that'll bring our hand size down to... Yikes. I have to think. You actually have to think. Okay, let's just grab the girls first before we make any weird decisions here. So we're going to send back the Ash. We want to keep the Vernuslyphs, of course. Send Lina back so we can potentially summon it off of Unpossessed if we ever get Unpossessed. And then after that, we're going to go ahead with you sending any Charmer, as long as it's not the Channeler, and don't send the Vernuslyphs because that just screws things up. Grabbing the Familiar Possessed Aussa, and then grabbing the Awakening. Set the Awakening. Activate Awakening. We'll go ahead and activate Grand Circle. So if we use 2 cards as materials, we are looking at a potential draw one, by the way. Let's see. We could grab Duck, and then after Duck, if we draw into a monster, we can use that monster with Duck to grab Angeli, and then Channeler, discard Angeli. Nope, it's not possible to do that. Okay, so the Madolche line is kind of dead, so that's fine, though, because we have workarounds. Thinking here. So what we could do is he'll gonna get a draw one either way. We could gamble it. And if we do get a monster, we could use Hills, pitch whatever monster, and then grab Forest, pitch, discard. Pitch is discard, if you guys are wondering. Discard the Channeler to send Glowup Bulb, and then we get our whole Psychic line from there. Or we could play it safe and just use 3 cards as material and not go for the Psychic line, which sounds pretty lame. Very lame. Actually, no. Wait. If we do go safe, it will be 2 cards as material, and we get the whole Psychic lines. If we go risky here, then we're gonna go risk it just so we can shotgun the what's his name, Ashura King. So you can risk it to just shotgun the Ashura King out, and then if we draw a monster, then boom, full Psychic line. Or you can play it safe, summon 2 spellcasters, And then you still have the whole psychic line because you have three cards to go into the thing. But then again, I think we do have an extra. No, I sent back the Hida, did I? No, Hida's in here, but she's not an Earth. That's the problem. She's not an Earth. And force, they're both level 4s, so play it safe, but don't get Ashura King, or play risky, get Ashura King, and get the whole psychic line. We're gonna play it risky here then, or we'll risk it. So hopefully the draw is a monster. All right, and then we'll summon these two. You go. All right, that's actually kind of busted. That's so busted. We risked it and we won crazy big because now we can do Madolche stuff. Holy shit! That's a very funny. That's a very funny happy accident. Happy. Oh, that's very fucking lucky. That's really fucking lucky. Okay, so now we're gonna grab. Oh shit! We just fucked up our psychic line. I meant to grab Forest so we could send the Glowup bulb. Oh fuck me! Oops! That fucked us over. At least we can make the whole Queen thing, because as long as you don't use Angelia's material for Nefarious and you keep her around before you use her effect, after you do your whole combo, you get Queen out of that. So I guess we could do this for turn 2. Yeah, that fucking hurt my soul, man. Misclicking is the bane of my existence. Also, one thing to note, one huge tip that I should have fucking mentioned at the beginning of the video. Summon Grand Circle in the extra deck zone. Please, for the love of God, summon them in the extra deck. You're going to run out of space. As you can kind of see, I'm almost running out of space. Please summon Charmers of the Grand Circle into the extra deck zone. Please, 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 please do that. I can't beg you hard enough to do that. Please. Nefarious. Alright, it's Nefarious. It doesn't matter who we bring back. So, bring Aussa. And then, hold up. Don't do that just yet, because we can go out to IP. We'll, we have to send this. We have no choice. And then go ahead and get our search. Possess Partnership, the best Charmer back row. And then I guess the Aussa is just gonna stay there for moral support, so that's really nice. I like that. Go into Angeli. And then go into Hookake. Hookake effect. Banish Prophecy, because he doesn't do anything in the grave once he hits the grave. Oh, I didn't summon Petting, bro. You are fucking gotta be kidding me. Holy shit, you're stupid. Oh, I'm supposed to summon Petting off of Angeli, not Hookake. Well, we made very funny misclicks several times, so. Alright, what we've done is Angeli tribute herself, special summon Petting. Where is she? Special summon Petting. Petting effect, special summon Hookake. Hookake effect, special summon Gelato. Gelato, search trap, use Gelato, and Petting to make Queen, and then Queen into Queen. God damn it, dude. I keep screwing that up. I just, like, turn off my brain. Oh, you're going to have these very unfortunate hands, by the way. So this hand is literally nothing. You just make Queen, and that's it, because all these cards don't do anything. Wow, this is very sad. But at least now I can show you what I mean. So Angeli summon Petting. Petting effect to special summon the Hookake. Hookake level is reduced down because it was special summon off of Petting, but doesn't matter. Hookake effect, banish to special. And then Gelato effect, grab Prom. And then we'll make Queen. and then make the other queen. Set. There we go. Easy. That's what you're supposed to do. I actually want to show you how you could do a very interesting play like here. So what I see is we have access to Channeler thanks to Spirit Charmers and Glowup Bulb. This could also work Cattycorn. So we'll go ahead and throw you in there. But generally you want to keep you in there. The only reason why I'm throwing Glowup Bulb in here is because we already have one in our hand. Aussa. And then set the De-Awakening. So what you could do here is actually really crazy. Aussa effect. Discard Bulb. And guess what? Catty and Bulb are both plants. So they search for each other off of the Channeler. That's really cool. I like that. That's really awesome. We get our Psychic play, and we get to fetch out the Ichirin. That is very, very awesome. I love doing that so much. So we're going to grab Ichirin. Then we're going to go ahead. This hand is actually pretty nuts, too. Like, holy shit. I just realized how crazy this fucking hand is. We're going to summon Aussa. Get through draw one. And now we can do Nefarious plays because Ausa's a spellcaster, obviously. And we also have fodder for our Nefarious. And then after that, we go Nefarious. Time to do the Psychic line by special summoning the Glowup Bulb that we sent there. And then do Sorceress. And then we'll go into Chainlink 1 Nefarious, Chainlink 2 Sorceress. Sorceress set the Teleport Fusion. And then Nefarious add Possessed Partnership. Normal summon Angeli. Hold on, wait a minute, I'm stupid. Normal summon Angeli? Oops, I mean, use Glowup Bulb's effect for... we sent double Nefarious. That's rough because we can't shuffle him back because we're not running Teacher anymore. That's very rough. Oh well, this is already kind of game, judging by the fact that we open full board, minus the Ashura King, but that's still fine. I don't mind that. Banish Bulb to... Oh, I did it again, man. I realized I summoned... I keep thinking this is the old... God damn it, dude. Oh, okay, don't do what I did, okay? If you do the whole Charmer and Psychic line and whatever, you did everything you can, and then you have the spare Angeli, please don't do what I just did and summon Hookake off of Angeli. The only reason why I keep doing that was habit because I was playing the old version of the deck. Oh my god. I did it fucking again, dude. Please use Angeli to summon Petting, and then Petting effect to summon Hookake, and then Hookake summon the Message Gelato Grab Prom, then XC into Queen. God damn it. Well, at least it's not the end of the world because we got IP. But it could have been way better. It could have been way better. It could have been way better. It could have been way better, dude. It could have been way better. I can't believe I fucked that one up again. Ugh. Whatever. That sucks. So yeah, that's one strategy I wanted to show you guys. Now I kind of want to show you the optimal way. You're running a fewer bit more cards, and plus you're probably gonna be throwing in Droll and Fuelos because those cards you kind of just throw them in every deck in order to make your deck competitively viable. Because those are turn skip cards. You instantly win the game if you draw them. Congratulations. Awesome. I hope they get hit in the ban list eventually. And when I mean eventually, I mean as soon as possible. And they stay there for the rest of time. Yeah, I hate those fucking cards. Rant over. We're going to discuss about the more optimal version of this deck, which is not running the links. You're running the full Madolche package. Because I already showed you guys how to play with the desserts, you could also play with Chateau. If you do that, which the only difference is if you're playing with Chateau, You won't get Teacher's effect off during your opponent's turn, which is kind of a trade-off because you summon Teacher off of potentially Desserts, and Desserts is a pretty good card for that. But if you would rather have like guarantee follow-up on the second turn, because Chateau can add cards back to your hand. You can only like add 2 though. You could run Chateau, and what we do is slightly different. I already showed you guys in the previous video, so check that video out if you want to see the whole Madolche line with the desserts and whatnot. So we'll put Chateau here, and then we'll test hand to show you what I mean. Thankfully, we did open up the full combo, so that's really good. Not only full combo, but we also got the psychic line too, which is really cool. We'll go ahead, heals. Grabbing duck. Special doesn't matter. Duck effect doesn't matter. But I will normal summon the Hida because I think it's funny. Forest and Angeli sending Glowup. And then we'll summon the Angeli off of this. Let's go ahead and do the psychic line first, just to show off. Just to show off. Can't use the Angeli because then that kind of like cuts the whole combo off. Glow up bulb, and then we'll go into Serene effect. Well, actually, Chainlink 1 Nefarious and then Chainlink 2 Serene. Unless you're scared of the Ogre, in that case, Chainlink 1 Celine, Chainlink 2 Nefarious. Grab Possessed Ridership. Glow up bulb's effect. Watch me mill Madolche. At least it's the one Gelato. We can shuffle that back, no problem. If it was petting, then we'll be screwed. Go an Omni Buster. Whew, almost did a wrong thing there. Summon. Alright, because we're running the full package and because we have an extra body on board, which is the Nefarious, we could summon the Hookake. Hookake effect. Target Bulb, because he doesn't do anything anymore. Summon Gelato. Gelato effect. We'll grab Ticket, which is our way to extend. Ticket. Link 3 into Meow. Meow effect. Grab Petting. Next, we'll go ahead and activate Meow. Oh, wait. Chateau would have shuffled the Gelato anyway. I mean, we're still going to shuffle him back because we want to trigger Ticket off. So, yeah. Ticket triggers because we shuffled the Madolche back. Petting triggers because she was special summon. Petting, make sure someone is summon Pudding because then her level becomes 4, which is needed for Cholada. And then we'll special summon the Gelato effect. Search Chateau. If it wasn't for Chateau, we'd be searching Prom, but we could search Prom off of Cholada, and that's how you usually do it. Otherwise, with the dessert line, you search Prom instead because you don't have Chateau. And then after that, we'll go 3. Use Chateau. And then you use Chateau first, and then use Glass Souffle second. That's also one big important thing to note. And then Souffle effect. Make sure you keep the pet. Well, yeah, keep the petting. Keep the petting. Do not shuffle the petting back. Because we're adding cards back to the hand, we could add our Vernuslyphs engine, which is very, very good. And we could also add the Ash back. So that's also pretty busted. Watch this. Return to hand. These two. Ooh, we get to use our hand traps on their turn. That's awesome. And we also have our engine for turn 2. That's really awesome. That's why you run Chateau instead of desserts usually. But I like desserts because desserts lets you interact with the grave a little bit, as well as an additional interruption during their turn because it returns a card from their field back to hand, which is really nice. Or two cards from your field back to hand. That's a very niche use for it. If their board is looking like crap and they can't really, they end off on that crap. Shalada effect. Target petting. That's why I told you don't shuffle the petting back, because you want to keep that for Shalada. Do not make this mistake. Do not make this mistake. Please, please, if you're running this version, do not make this mistake. Shuffle it back to deck. Do not use Chateau to return it back to your hand. Do not do that. Because if you do, you will not get Sholada's second effect. Do not do that. I can't stress that enough. Do not make this mistake. Shuffle that sucker back into the deck. And there we go. It's going to trigger its second effect. Second effect to discard the Glass Souffle. To special the Messenger Lotto. And then we grab our negate here. Messenger Lotto, grab negate. And then after that, we just make queen. And then we make queen. I put it in defense because of lightning storm. Well, it doesn't matter though. And set to pass. We got our Ash back. We got our hand rip. We got shuffle 2 non-target. We got banish the entire board. Banish all face-up cards your opponent controls. We got prom and we got possessed partnership. Very good hand. Very good board. Very good board. And that's what I kind of just wanted to show you guys. And really awesome board. It's a good version of the deck. Much better, honestly, than the version I showed you, because we're only running half of the Madolches, and you could still run all. You could just, whoops, that was the wrong version. Yeah, this one. So yeah, this is the version I showed you earlier in the first half of the video, and this is the one I just showed you guys. Up to your choice. Personally, I would be running this version because, like I said, if you're not using the Charmer links, you're not a full-fledged Charmer deck. I would be running the Cursed Aussa though, so at 1, because I like to run every Aussa imaginable at 1, as well as having 2 familiar possessed, because 1 alt art, 1 non-alt art, because I like her. I love Aussa, and god damn it, can we please have this alt art, and it better not be a fucking Starlight. It better not be a fucking Starlight only card. I will be very upset with you, Konami. Don't do that. I'm broke. I am very broke, and I need my Aussas to be affordable. So that's like my version of the deck. But yeah, this version of the deck is stronger. You're still running all the new tech cards. So yeah, I guess I could show you what that looks like with the whole full board Madolche. So what I see here is we're losing a normal summon. So that might be a little tricky. But we have Glowup Bulb, which is actually kind of crazy. This hand is actually pretty crazy. And we also have Ichirin. So, let me think this through. Wow, it's going to be a bitch. Ooh, all these cards are really good. So, of course, we're going to grab Channeler. And then we're going to grab the girls. I really want to keep all of these. God, that's really good. Ooh, but I have to use at least 2 in order to summon the fusion, dude. It's such a good hand. You have so many ways to play. Do I really want to give up the Ichirin? Let me fucking see. Because we're running the Link 3, what we could probably do is send a Madolche fodder in there special. No, because we do that, we sacrifice the psychic line. Because I was suggesting maybe we could summon that Madolche off of Nefarious and then link 3 the Nefarious and then kickstart a whole Madolche play there. But if we do that, we sacrifice our Psychic play, and I don't want to do that. I like the Psychic play a lot. Do I want to sacrifice the Ichirin? Ooh. So for sure we're keeping Glowup Bolt, and for sure we're keeping the Nefarious. We're for sure keeping the Aussa and the Forest, which means one of the Charmer girls has to go. We'll send back Kita. And in order to make the fusion work, we have to send Ichirin. That kind of sucks a lot. That hurts. But it's the way to make the whole thing works. You can thank this idiot for being a normal summon thing. But yeah. Alright, because of that, we're only going to be able to summon like 2 bodies. Could we get the Ashura King? Let me think. You know, we might actually be able to make a Ashura King. Because we have this idiot on the field. Let me think. But we lose out the hand rip guy. I don't think we can make the Ashura King. Unless we want to sacrifice the funny hand rip guy. Because if otherwise we would use the funny Ghostbuster hand rip to make our Link 3 Madolche. If we want to do that. Oh, well, sometimes you gotta make sacrifices, and that's just one of them in order to get our negate out, so think of it that way. So we're gonna go ahead, special summon. These 2. And then afterward, we're going to... Funny thing is that we can actually search Cattycorn, but no Madolches. Alright, we're gonna search for Hook Kick. And then... Oh, I see the problem now. I see the problem. Front row and centered now. Actually, it's not a problem. It's actually not a problem. We can just do this. We can just dump the glow up, the other glow up bulb from deck. There we go. That's not a problem. The problem I was thinking is like, oh, we don't have a way to normal this guy. But no, that solves itself. Okay. That's funny. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna banish the Vernuslyphs to special summon the Gelato effect to grab ticket. And yes, this is the dessert version of the deck. Probably not, because then your opponent can kind of bait you into doing that. Wait, hold on. Yeah. No, because then you need the Earth Monster. Ooh. You know what? I don't think I would have been able to make the fucking... Ooh. That's very unfortunate. Okay, it was not possible at all because you need Nefarious and you don't have enough Earth bodies to make... I mean, you do, but like the problem is you don't have a Madolche on the field anymore. So you won't be... God damn it, dude. I really wanted to show you guys. It's possible, just not with his hand, not with his board. Trust me, it's possible. God damn it. So you have to make a decision. You can only pick 2 of the 3. So you want the Ashura King, or do you... 2 of the 3, and the 3 are Ashura King is 1, 2 is Psychic line, and 3 is Madolche line. Pick 2, and 2 of those 3 that I mentioned. So fuck me. Well, I'm going with Madolche and Psychic Line. So in order to do that, we're not making the Ashura King, unfortunately. So we can't use this because we don't have zones to use Nefarious effect. So we're gonna have to use one of these. We'll go ahead. Nefarious, the special bulb. Sorceress. Actually, Chainlink 1, Nefarious. Chainlink 2, Sorceress. Fetch, Teleport Fusion. And then Nefarious search for Possessed Partnership. Glowup Bulb's effect. Then we'll synchro into Buster. And then from here, we can rank 3. Using 1, 2, and I should have searched off the fusion for another back row card. Had I known this, damn it! Had I thought about this a little bit more, I would have. Still full combo though, so grab petting. So it's not that bad. It's not the end of the world. And then from here we have full combo. Shuffle Gelato so we can trigger Ticket. 2 triggers, Ticket 1, Petting 2, Petting Summon Pudding. And then Ticket Summon the other Gelato. Or, they're both in there. Gelato effect. Add Prom. If we had Chateau, you add Chateau instead. But we're doing this different play. Then go for Teacher. Make sure you use Pudding. Or, yeah, Pudding. Do not discard Pudding. Discard Petting. Target. Effect. Second effect. Shuffle. Let's see. Who do we want to shuffle? Okay, there we go. We want to shuffle the double Nefarious because that's kind of stupid. We want to reuse Nefarious in the future. Cholada effect. Target Hoot Cake because we only run 1 Hoot Cake. Cholada effect. You could run 2 Hoot Cakes. That's also a pretty solid choice to run. I'm only running 1 just to have fewer cards in the main. I mean, it's up to you. It's not bad. Special summon. That's a Gelato effect. Search desserts. So now we could summon Teacher if we shuffle it back off of either the Queen or the Prom. Either or is fine. Ideally, the Queen. You only really shuffle. You ideally want to use Prom shuffling one of the main deck. Not shuffling. Adding back one of the main deck cards to your hand to use for your second turn. So that's why I say you ideally want to shuffle Teacher back off of Queen. But if it can't be helped, then yeah, use Prom, shuffle Souffle back that way. And yeah, we have our full board. Pop, banish all face-up cards your opponent controls. Prom, and desserts. Prom is in the gate. Desserts, turn 2 cards, special summon a Madolche from hand or extra deck. Ideally, it will be Glass Souffle because then her effect will trigger immediately afterward to shuffle 2 cards from either player's grave, which is pretty good. Hand rip, random body that can special summon another Madolche if a Madolche gets shuffled back to deck. I mean, it kind of comes up. It's not bad. This one also adds or special summons a Madolche, so it's pretty good. Just a body. Really good! Let's see if I can show you guys. Yeah. I want to show you guys, like, the full loadout. So, this is full Madolche combo, but you don't get anything else other than full Madolche, the Ashura King, and nothing else. So, I guess that's too easy. You guys will obviously understand how to do that. You just use Grand Circle, search Channeler, and then get your 3 other whatever monsters. Return, Springs, and Ash. Why did I call it Springs? Return Ash and let's see. You have 5 Charmers, so you could technically you can keep 1 Ash. Return 1 Ash. Return the Alina, and then you still have 4. No, because then you'd be using this to search farm. All right, maybe return, but well, it's up to personal preference. Do you want to use 4? All 4 Charmers? Okay, not all 4, because you're gonna be using Channeler to search for Nefarious. But when I mean by all 4, I mean like Lina and then everyone else except Aussa. As if you shuffle these 2 back. But if you want to keep an Ash, then you probably have to. You can only summon. You can only use 3 Charmers as material. So it's up to personal preference. Honestly, I don't really need. You don't need the Ash unless you get hand trapped, which is like kind of shit. Ooh, I don't know. Personal preference. For me, I'd shuffle those Ashes just so I can get the whole board up. Get the Ashura King, get the full Madolche board. That's honestly just me. But it's up to you how you want to play it. Alright, so what kind of board is this? This board is full. We do have to sacrifice a normal, so I don't think it is a full Madolche board. Though we are running the Link 3, so we could actually kind of cheese out the Madolches, some of the Madolches, stuff like that, which is kind of funny. Do I show you guys how I'd play this? Yeah, sure, why not? It's not what I wanted to show, but I'll show you guys how to solve these tricky situations. So, sacrifice a normal summon, Grand Circle, grab Channeler, Hida, Win, Area, keep Glowup. We'll send you. We have to keep these 2, so we're gonna have to shuffle back 1 Charmer. We'll use Spirit Charmers right now. Sending Glowup Bulb, because actually, hold on. No, there is no holding on. Send Glowup Bulb. Because I was thinking of Channeler using discard Glowup Bulb to search for Cattycorn, but we have no way to summon Cattycorn. So, yeah, do that. We can bring back the Hida, which is pretty funny. So, or what I like to do is bring the familiar Aussa. But then again, we already have our 1850 spellcaster right here, the fusion. So we could bring the Hida. But I won't. Get the Aussa. Awakening, so we can get the draw 1. So, what are we working with? How many materials do I want? Because we still gotta resolve the Vernuslyphs. And not only that, but how do I want this? Okay, so we have access to our fusion line because Global is already in the grave. We want to summon the Angeli, so the best way to go about that would be, if we were running Dot Scraper, we would have an extra body to make the Link 3 even easier, but we're not running Dot Scraper. We used to. I suppose you could still run Dot Scraper, but it's just not as necessary as it once was before. So now it kind of feels a bit like mediocre now. But back then, it was pretty much essential. Back then. Let me see. We could spam. No. Oh, we'll be gambling if I use. Yeah, we'll be gambling if I use 3 materials. Because if we don't draw a monster off of Awakening, then no Vernuslyph for you, and in turn, no Madolche for you. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm complicating this way too much because Nefarious will summon the Glowup Bulb, not the Madolche. I'm stupid. I am so stupid. You can't even do the Madolche line. Or can you? Wait. Yes, you can. You could still do the Madolche line. As long as you summon off of the Vernuslyph the Madolche and then go rank 3. One problem is you won't have an earth monster. So you want to summon 3? Wait, hold on. Who's in here? No Ashura King. Thinking. You do lock yourself. This is kind of weird. This hand is weird. You don't usually get these kinds of hands where you have to actually make a decision on what you want. To gamble or not to gamble? We are gambling. Okay. We're still gambling. And that's kind of that's a little rough. That's a little rough. Actually, I might have an idea. I have an idea. Alright, so this is what we'd do. Whose effect did I use? Hills? Sheesh. We can. You know what, let's do the psychic line first before we do anything, because that's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to be doing that first anyway, so let's do the psychic line first before we do this weird, funky Madolche line. So you guys know the deal, how to do this line. It's pretty easy. Now, if we send petting, then we absolutely screwed up our fucking Madolche combo. Alright, thank God. And do these. And voila. Oh, wait a minute. Ooh, we can't do. Damn it! I was thinking we might sneak in like we can't. We actually can't. Huh. That sucks. Man, if only your stupid ass was a level 3. Why the fuck are you a level 2? Okay. So we grab Forest. So then we have to summon a Madolche now. And then we go 3. And then effect to grab. Who we grabbing? Who kick? But we don't have a way to shuffle you. So the forest doesn't matter. Damn it, that's true. The forest wouldn't have mattered. Yeah. Grab who kick. Who kick effect, shuffle. Where are you? Pudding, because we're gonna be summoning the petting soon enough. And when I mean soon enough, I mean probably like right now, right? Yeah, you'd be summoning that bitch right now. Wait, how do we get the extra bodies if we don't have ticket? Oh, that's bad. That sucks. That really sucks. Well, you could do it that way. Yeah. Alright, because of the current situation that we don't have ticket, we're just gonna do like what we usually do if we were playing the other version with the no Link 3, no teacher, no Cholada, which is pretty funny. So betting would summon Angeli instead, and then Angeli effect to special summon the Gelato, and then Gelato effect to add the You could technically add ticket, but the thing is, you won't get Shalata's effect off, which sucks. Well, her second effect, because she requires pudding cess to trigger it. So, yeah, that does suck that you can't generate an extra body like that. So, pudding prom, and then we go teacher, and then to another teacher. And there we go. That's her board. Very weird, but hey, we got our hand rip. We got the shuffle too. We got fusion teleport. This is like the other deck. You see why I cut out the fucking half of my Madolches now? Because there are times where this situation happens and you think way too hard, when in reality, it just leads to this same thing. Oh man, that's funny. That's so funny. I really wanted to show you guys how it's done. Ew, I don't like this hand. I mean, it's full board, but it's you have this. I guess you sacrifice prom because you could shuffle it back, unlike the Ichirin. I mean, you could shuffle Ichirin, but what I meant was you wouldn't be able to like search it back. At least discarding prom, you can search it back. Granted that your opponent doesn't disrupt you. Hey, this is what I'm talking about. This is the shit. This is the good shit. Alright. Now I could show you. Now I could fucking show you. Holy shit. I could show you this and much more. Holy shit. Finally. I've been waiting for this. For this exact moment. Kind of sucks though, because I don't want to lose out. Well, it doesn't matter. This is full gas. This is full gas. Alright. Let's go. This time we're only using 2 as material. Because watch this. Watch this. So what we could do here is we're going to summon 2, actually. I fucking misclicked! No! Oh, why the fuck did I do that for? Oh my fucking god! I can't fucking believe I did it again! Dude! Oh, that fucking hurts my soul! Fucking damn it! Ah! Dude, my soul just fucking left my body, dude. Oh my fucking god. Oh, what am I doing? I keep fucking misclicking. No, this was the perfect fucking hand to show you guys. That's fine. We opened it again. Okay. That's fine. We opened it again. Holy shit, dude. Whoo, man, that's some fucking shit right there. Ooh. All right, we opened it again, so this time we're not fucking up. Holy shit. I am so sorry it's taking this long. I am so sorry this video is going to be fucking 80 minutes long. That's fine. I'll splice it up for everybody. God damn it. All right, well, special summon these 3. And if you made it this far into the video, then damn, you're very committed to to this fucking deck. Let's see here. So what I see here is we have full Madolche stuff. We can send Catty into Glowup, and then we have everything, and we still have the normal summon, so that's very good. So I might actually want to do that, but we could always just do it off of forest. So hey man, that sounds like a better idea. So we'll do that. And then effective Catty to grab Ichi. And then Ichi. You know, I could have just grabbed the level 3 if I wasn't going to use Channeler so I can get the Ashura King easier. But it's fine. This still works. This still works. And Glowup. Special. Well, special the Aussa. And then we'll go do the whole line. I'm going to have to end up sacrificing Ghostbusters, right? I have a weird feeling that this does not have enough bodies. Chainlink 1. Nefarious. Then go Sorceress. Fusion. Grab Fusion. And then grab Possessed Partnership. And then go for Glowup Bulb. And then Omnibuster. Awesome. Normal summon. And Jelly. Shit. I don't think this is enough bodies. Banish Catty. Gelato. Gelato effect. Ticket. Huh. Man, this was such a good hand, too. I can't believe we can't actually do all that crap. Huh. Well, I guess we do have to sacrifice Ghostbusters. Wait, what the? Oh, I clicked view. Alright, and then we go here. That kind of sucks a little bit. I wanted to keep Ghostbusters. Petting. Shuffle back Messenger Gelato to go into petting, and then that triggers 2 things. You know, the more I play with the full Madolche version of this deck, the more I'm just thinking this is kind of not. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a really strong board, but like, I don't know, man. You kind of already had a strong board with the Ghostbusters card out. I'm summoning the wrong one. Teacher. So all this is just extra. It is super extra, actually. Hey, man, I'm showing you guys how you can be extra. Shuffling you and shuffling. At least with this version, you could make the argument like, hey, I'm recycling some stuff, and it's like, yeah, that's very true. You are recycling stuff. Then go with you. So this is theoretically better for the grind game. I just don't know if it's really that worth it. Detach Teacher. Messenger Gelato. Desserts. Queen. Prom set. Partnership set. Dessert set. Fantastic board. We have Ichirin, Ashura King, Prom, Teleport, Possessed Partnership, Desserts, Queen. That's a very strong board. And technically Teacher too. Because if we shuffle her back, then we could bring her back with Desserts. Very good board. And I think I'll probably end it there. There really isn't much to talk about. If you guys got any questions or whatever, feel free to comment below. I'll try to answer it. But personally for me, I will be running this version of the deck. My personal favorite. I guess I could go over the side deck cards for side decking. Please don't run Kurikara. The only reason why I'm using Kurikara is I just like using Kurikara, but please don't run Kurikara because you'll be relying on the fact that your opponent is playing. Well, excuse me. All right. Because you'll be relying on your opponent to eat one of your cards first, and honestly, if that's the case, I'd rather just kaiju them first. So with it, so instead, what you could do You know, you could probably run another kaiju. I don't know why. No, that's kind of stupid. That's really stupid because you can only kaiju them once. True that. Oh, I know, a good one, a really damn good one. Dark Ruler. That's a very strong one. So yeah, instead of Kurikara, run Dark Ruler. That's actually, why am I not running Dark Ruler? I should be doing that. Oh, because everything else is pretty good too. Kaiju is really strong because the funny thing with Kaiju you could do is if you open Grand Circle, you can Kaiju them once and then use Grand Circles to summon the fusion to bounce back the Kaiju back as well as some of their other cards. Because if they got a card where it's unaffected by card effects, doesn't matter. You can bounce back your own Kaiju and Kaiju them again. Awesome. That's really awesome. But usually those tower-like cards have a bunch of negates, so chances are you're probably not going to be able to get that off. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Tell me if you guys actually managed to pull that off, because that would be really cool to see. Nibiru is also pretty strong, pretty good. Just to clear out your opponent's board. I love and hate this card so much. It's kind of weird. I think it really hurts pet decks and rogue decks more than it does with meta decks, and because of that, I think the card is kind of unfair, and maybe it should. I wouldn't say get hit, but like maybe make a new Nibiru and then hit this card. I don't know. I really don't know, because at one point it doesn't hurt meta as hard sometimes. It mostly hurts pet decks and rogue decks. And honestly, my design philosophy, if I was in charge of designing the ban list, would be kind of to like if there was a card designed like that was not really doing much in the meta game but does a lot in the just casual play, I would hit that casual play card, because like who cares if it wasn't gonna see any play in the meta anyway. Like, think of it that way. At least people get to have their own fun if they're running pet or rogue decks. Let them have their cake instead of just the meta eating their cake. That's how I would go about if I was in charge of the ban list. That's why I really fucking hate Droll and Shifter and Fuwalos, because those cards really just severely hurt pet decks and rogue decks more than it does with meta decks. Like, don't get me wrong, it hurts meta decks a lot too, but they got ways around it. They got plays around it. Decks like this, if you get hit by Droll, you're kind of screwed. Like, the best you could do is summon Ashura King, or maybe even Teacher if you're lucky. But that's really just it. You can't really do anything else. I mean, I guess this whole Psychic line, if you have enough body, if you're lucky enough to have enough bodies for that. But yeah. The other cards, Lightning Storm, Feather Duster, really, 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 really good back row cards. If you're going against like really obnoxious stun decks, though recently stun decks are not that common nowadays because a lot of their floodgates are banned, rightfully so. Fuck those cards. And then you got Evenly Matched, which, ooh, this might be a controversial take. I think Evenly should be banned. I think this card is ridiculously too strong. Like, if it resolves, you're banishing cards face down, bro. They don't get those cards back ever. It's so fucking good. It's too good. Jesus, man. Always run an Evenly Match. Like, even if they can negate it, at least that's a trade-off. I'm willing. That's a trade-off. That's still something your opponent has to respond with. Otherwise, they run risk of absolutely throwing the fucking game because they don't get their resources back. And yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm way, way over the time limit that I originally wanted to make. I originally wanted to try making this 45 minutes. Did not even come close. So, yeah, I can't wait for the new support. I'm so fucking excited for the new support. I hope it also comes a Master Duel early, too. I do play both TCG in real life and Master Duel. Sometimes. Well, I haven't been playing Master Duel a lot lately, mostly because it's just I don't really like Best of One, and the current format is kind of shit. I mean, TCG is also having a really shit format, and I haven't been playing that either. But once the new support comes in, I will be playing Yu-Gi-Oh nonstop. Holy shit, I definitely would. Whew, I can't wait for it. If Charmers gets any more new support, I'll try maybe making a shorter, definitely shorter video. Hopefully, I won't be showing off the whole lines like I did now. The only reason why I did that was because I didn't really do a good job from last video at showing off things. Hopefully, this video does a better job on that. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good one. See you later.